to the Keeping It Real Conversations show. I am your host, Camila, aka Sunshine. Again, we're thankful, and this evening it is February 1st, 2022. Can you believe it? We are already in the second month of the year, and it is Black History Month. So it's double this month. Also, we are live on Spotify. We are live on GrooveRadioDetroit.com. We are live on YouTube. If you have not subscribed to the YouTube channel, please do. It is the name of the show. We are also live on my Facebook page. So if you have not, it is Sunshine Camila, Kamilah. No, Kamela. Had to change it for Facebook so they can pronounce it right. And the main thing that I go by is 6 degrees of separation. You are one person away, one advice away, one help away from where you need to be in your destiny. It has been proven over and over again since I've started this podcast, now going into its second year. Again, I am geeked for the purpose of getting to talk again. And I have a great guest tonight, like I always do. I'm very biased, but I always have great guests on the show. So I can't say that I've ever not had a good show. So I'm going to get into her bio as soon as I change this platform, the privacy to public. So you guys can like and share. You guys can heart our conversation. Please do so. I'm going to go on here so we all can see. So the bio today, D.Smith is the founder of, can I say OSHI?
Ashi,
Ashi, beauty brand and nail salon based in Florida, USA. She holds 15 years of experience in the dynamic beauty industry as a medical nail professional, podiatry assistant, nail success business consultant, educator, and nail brand creator. Specializing in foot care and nail education for nail professionals, D.Smith assists guests with their foot care journey of regaining and maintaining healthy feet. D.Smith believes that no matter hands or feet, it should be healthy. And when I tell you, I need my feet done right now. I promise you. So again, everyone, welcome this beautiful young lady to the show. And we're going to get right into the conversation. Welcome, my dear, to the Keeping It Real Conversation show.
Thank you for having me.
You came, I will say this, you came highly recommended. And this is another person that Main Event personally tags me in or texts me like, sis, you need this person on your show. So here we are again, having this conversation about healthy nails and feet. And so I'm excited to hear what thus you have to say. So how long have you said 15 years into doing what you do, right?
Yep, 15 years and counting.
And so what was the thing about getting into, and nails and feet? Was it a bad experience for you? You like, look, y'all done nicked me too much. Y'all didn't do this right. And I need to find out how to do it myself.
Actually, I was supposed to do hair. So I started off in high school. And I wanted to do hair because my mom, my aunts, they did hair. So I can do hair. I was already a senior. I could not, because the cosmetology program was 2 years, okay. I couldn't, I was already a senior. So I said, well, I'll do nails because nails is a part of cosmetology. And then I'll go back and get the rest was my plan. And so I've been doing it since high school. So before I graduated, when I graduated high school, I had my license. So that's how I got into doing nails. And I never went back to cosmetology school to do hair. And as I became more proficient in it, I started realizing that not a lot of African-American nail techs offer foot services. And it didn't bother me. Now in school, I did not. I touched someone's feet one time and that was it. I I have to be paid to do this. But it doesn't bother me. It doesn't make me feel any type of way. But I also, as I progressed, I realized that people don't take care of their feet. And so that's what made me, get more advanced training. And to be honest, I see people more often than their doctors see them. And I realize I have the chance to save your life. If I can be able to see and say, hey, you might want to check this out, not even diagnosed, but just to say, hey, this has changed. You might need to go to the doctor. And I've helped many people. I work closely with podiatrists, so I see people all the time coming from podiatrists, people that are diabetic and have other immune deficiencies and things like that. So for me, outside of the self-care and the beauty part of it, it's about helping people stay healthy, because you can get prosthetic legs and all this other stuff, but I don't think you can get fingers and toes. They're not replacing, so you need them.
I agree with that. And that's a good cause, because at the end of the day, matter of fact, the last time I went to my doctor, she was looking at my feet. I am diabetic. And she said, whoever's doing your toenails are cutting them too close. And that can cause some different issues with your feet, considering that you're diabetic. And that was one of the things that she also recommended, to go see a podiatrist. And so I know this to be true, that, most of the time we don't take care of our feet. And coming from hard labor jobs where you're standing on your feet, those who work in plants that had to wear steel toe boots, standing up for several hours. And I worked at the post office being a mail carrier. Go figure. Mm-hmm. So no, I did not take care of my feet, and I'm paying for it today.
Yeah, most people, we don't wear the proper footwear.
I don't do that either.
So our feet doesn't form to the shoe doesn't form to our feet. Our feet forms to the shoe. So the easiest way to explain it is, if you, it's like, if you look at babies, or if you look at even an adult who is most of the time barefooted, they, our feet are naturally wide. Now when you get to put it on these slim shoes, these cute stilettos, these cowboys boots or toes with pointy, because it goes for men and women the same, most people's feet look like the shape of the shoes that they wear. So and when I tell people, when people come in, they don't realize it. They be like, oh my gosh. I'm like, yeah, look at your feet and look at your shoes. So, and when it comes to dealing with diabetics, so the big thing that's different about me is that all of my pedicures are waterless. You do not submerge your feet in water. You will never touch water. I don't even have my salon is not your traditional salon. All manicures are done waterless. All pedicures are waterless. So diabetics are not supposed to soak for an extended period of time. And yeah, I know the water feel good, the jets feel good. And then also for our skin, it's kind of like when you take a shower, when you take a bath, when you get out, the first thing that happens is your skin dry. And so it's the same thing for our feet. And so without submerging the foot in water for that extended period of time, you're not taking all of that moisture out of it. You're not completely depleting it of its moisture, then to turn around and try to restore it. But what a lot of people also don't understand, diet and drinking water. I can tell if you're not drinking water. I can tell if you stop taking your vitamins, all of those things. So for the client, some people think it's just beauty, like it's just this, it's just, oh, I'm just getting my nails done, oh, I'm just getting my toes polished, and it's not. It's more than that. So yeah, having being diabetic is a very serious thing. I have people in my inbox all the time. Had someone text me a picture of their toe, and they said they went to the doctor, and the doctor told them that it was staph. And I said, well, it looks like a diabetic ulcer. You should, just because it is a staph infection, that's a type of infection. It does not dictate that it's not a diabetic ulcer. And she went back and asked the doctor, I guess, kind of like, well, is this a diabetic ulcer? Because she said she didn't have neuropathy, she felt fine and things of that nature, but he did. It was a diabetic ulcer. The good thing about it, she was able to catch it
early. Mm-hmm.
Catch it early, before it progressed, because those can be very difficult to get rid of.
Wow. So I've never heard of waterless. So how in the world you do that?
That is a question that everybody asks. Actually, it's just technique, more so technique than even product, because I am almost certain I can get a good result without even using a product. However, is product and technique put together. And if you think about it, water it may soften the skin, but it's not necessarily removing it, because even though you may sit in water, you can still have a horrible pedicure and not leave with decent feet, So that goes to show you that the technique is just as then as the product, and all of the products I use are diabetic safe. So it's technique and product, technique, product, and education.
Wow. So while you're doing their feet and their hands, are you also educating them on, like, look, I've seen this, like sometimes, and I have been guilty of this. I try to go to the same people all the time, but because I might be on the go or something like that, I'm like, I'm gonna try somebody different. And at that point, it's like, why did I come here? So with that being said, again, you can tell that you have people who are rushed, who are just doing it for the dollar. Then there's people who really are passionate about their nails and their feet. So what do you say to a person like, listen, honey or sir, your hands and feet are jacked up? So how do you say that in a professional way?
To be honest, I just keep it real with them. I'd be like, listen, like, what you have going on. So a little bit how my process go is, first of all, when you make your appointment, you fill out a consult form. We go over that consult form. I ask you about it. And one thing on the consult form that a lot of people get mixed up is dry feet and athlete's feet. So that's a big misconception, or not even a misconception. They don't know how to identify. So after you fill your consult form out the day of your appointment, we go over what you're doing. I check your feet thoroughly in between your toes, under your feet. I also check your sensory nerves, because
that
people have
stick the, or you like
not the wine,
spoon,
not the
like, okay,
not the filament. So the filament is one way to test, and then they there's this other one just left, but it's vibration. You're supposed to feel the vibration of it.
Okay.
A lot of people working with the podiatrist, even people that are not diabetic, they can still have neuropathy from nerve damage, pinched nerves, things. And a lot of people don't realize that they don't have feeling in their feet until you ask them, do they feel it? So that is how my consult starts off. I tell you, hey, at first I ask you, are you drinking water? And then they be like, yeah, I drink water. I say, are you drinking enough water? I don't think you're drinking enough. So that is how the consult goes. It is very detailed consult. I tell them how to take care of their feet at home, their at-home regiment, and I let them understand that this is a two-way situation. When you don't bring me these feet back like this, okay? Because one, I say, look at your feet, and they, oh my gosh, wow. And the first thing they say is, well, you did this with no water? Yeah, you thought you was gonna put your feet in water? So that's a little bit how the process go. My setting is one-on-one. So if we have to get real with you, if I have to get real with you and let you know, like, listen, like this is not it, then it's a comfortable environment to do so. You don't have to worry about feeling shameful or any type of way. And of course, I try not to, I'm not gonna make you feel any type of way. But for me, it's about your health. And sometimes what I find, when you service people, I end up caring more about their feet than they do. And so I don't mind cutting off services, stopping services. My clients will let you know, hey, like if you go there, she mean business. I'm not gonna play with your health. You can play with it, but I'm not. I have people, I send them to podiatrists all the time. I send them to the doctor and their toenails removed the same day. So I will discontinue services until you go to the doctor and either doctor calls me or you come back with a note. Because for me, yeah, I do this as a job, but the money will come. I need you to get this together because we don't know what's making it different. It could be the acetone. It could be anything that's exacerbating the skin. So, having a conversation is not hard at all. And most of them listen to me. And for the ones that don't, once I say, hey, when you book your next appointment or when I make their next appointment and they realize it only say nails, they say, D, I only say nails. I know, when you go to the doctor, let me know. So it's not a hard conversation.
Wow. Now, I've never, and I mean never, in the whole time that I've ever heard anyone get their nails and feet. First of all, you didn't say done. You said service. So, you hear certain words. When you think about service in itself, there comes customer service. There's, you're putting your time and effort in. It's not about the money. Right. That's where it changes from you having a salon to it almost sounds to me like I went to not a spa place, but a place that sort of like the doctor to take care of my nails and my feet, which, there's so many things that can go wrong with if your feet is out of order and also if your hands is out of order. So again, I am excited because I know for a fact I wish you was here in Michigan. I promise you I do. When this money comes the way I need it to, I might be like, book me on. I'm about to be on the flight to come to Florida because I definitely need it. Like seriously. So on the average, how often does a person have to come see you?
Most of my clients, the majority of my clients are every 3 weeks. Those that are not 3 weeks, that are that are on a regimen, that's in a treatment, is every 3 weeks to a month. Because ultimately, when you come to me, my goal is to get you on the right track. Let's say if you started at a level 3 pedicure, meaning you have severe cracks, you have athlete's feet or anything like that. My goal is for you to be at a level 1, which is just a basic routine pedicure. And I'm giving you everything you need. So 3 weeks to a month, I would say, for most people.
So do you have products on Hale that you sell while they're there so they can do the regimen at home?
Yes, so my salon is an exclusive salon for a product called Poto Expert. And it's a foot foam. It's not a cream. It's a foot foam. The foam absorbs better into the skin, and it kind of the easiest way to explain it is if you look at cracks in your feet, it kind of put like a mesh there. So everything that's supposed to be in stays in, and everything that's not supposed to be in doesn't go in. So that's how it begins to repair the layers of the skin. So it is a foot foam. So yes, I do retail that, and I also ship as well. Again, it's diabetic safe. So the product itself is I don't have any with me. It's a foam. And so what happens is like for those people that wear compression socks and things like that, with most oils and lotions, you cannot put your compression socks on after you put those types of things on, because it stretches it out and it messes the elasticity up in it. So you don't have to worry about that with the foam. Anything that is not absorbed into the skin is going to dissipate. It's non-greasy, so you don't have to worry about any of that. So I have I carry the whole line. So it comes in regular foot care, athlete's foot care, and so which that is fungal. And then you have cracked skin, and there's also a foot spray for those people who their feet sweat and changing their shoes. A lot of people don't rotate their shoes, so you can spray your feet in your shoes, and it's also antifungal as well.
This is good. I don't know if anybody else is getting it, but I'm sure getting it. Because again, when you have done a misservice to yourself for so long, probably wearing the wrong shoe. I'm flat-footed and I don't like shoes. So most of the time, if you ever see me, and y'all know I'm not telling no, I'm probably sitting, standing on the back of my shoes, like they supposed to be Crocs. And I'm wearing footies or nothing at all, or slides or something. I don't like shoes. I never have since I was a kid. And when you said why, my feet are wide. So again, you thinking to yourself, I don't like shoes because the fact that when I want to wear something, they never in my size. And then when they do give the shoe, they look like boats on your feet. So
you can order shoes that are wide. And so what most people think when they have a wide feet, they just get a bigger size. They don't get a wide because 9 times out of 10 wide is not in the store. You can order shoes. I heard you say you have flat feet. They have shoes that are called or in the category of barefoot shoes. And so those shoes are flat. So that may be something you want to look into. And they're going to be naturally wider because they're made to feel like, like you're not in a shoe. And they have all different types of sneakers, boots, whatever. So that would help you with that.
Yeah, I definitely need the website because that's the issue that I have. Either I just don't like shoes. I don't. And I'll be like, who made these? Did y'all ask us? Like, I don't. Can I go back to the Flintstones, please? So again, the point that I really want to bring out to the people is the service that you give, and it's not just going in, getting your feet and nails done. So when you do that, also the care of it, you actually design and do all of that as well, right?
Yes, as far as like the prettiness of it.
Yeah, like your nails and the nails and feet itself.
Wait, what do you mean? What's the question again?
So do I come to you just to get my nails and feet service, or I can actually get, like, I want my nails to look like blue rhinestones and all of that?
Yes. I offer all of that. Yes, absolutely. So for those people who have healthy feet that can wear polish and things of that nature, absolutely. I have no problem putting polish on. We do designs. We do all of that cute stuff. My goal, as I said, is getting whatever it is, it needs to be healthy. So the acrylic toes, I do not put acrylic on your toes. So nobody can ever come to me and say, hey, I want a full set of acrylic toes. Yeah, that service is not offered. So things of that nature, there are certain things that I do not offer, but the majority, the pretty, the designs, I do that as well.
Okay. So, yeah, I wish he was here. I was just telling my husband the other day, I said, babe, it is time to get my feet done. And I can't put it off any longer. So, yeah, again, I wish he was here in Michigan. So also, how many people actually work in your salon?
So currently right now it's just me in my salon. I am in the works of expanding. I traveled before COVID. I traveled quite a bit, servicing clients and teaching. So now I'm getting back into the swing of traveling. Going to expand my salon now, but of course with that, like most people are into your everyday type nail salon, and I tell people all the time that's not what this is. And being in the beauty industry, period, you have to want to do it, because if you don't, you can easily be deterred on, yeah, I'm gonna just go work this 9 to 5, and yeah, I don't want to do this. So that is always a thing in my mind, but nonetheless, right now it's just me actually doing the services.
Okay. So do you feel that you suggested or said a lot about the podiatrist? Do you feel that if you wasn't working closely with podiatrists, you would still feel the same way about your nails and feet?
Yes, because I was servicing diabetics and people of that nature, and I took that very seriously before I decided to get certified as a medical nail tech, and then continuing to become a podiatry assistant. So even before that, I still, was cautious of how diabetics are serviced. But because people come to you and they may not feel comfortable right off telling you their status and things like that, I service people in a universal way. So even if anything is wrong with anybody and maybe they don't even know, it's still kind of a universal care sort of thing. So I'm cautious and careful with everybody, because sometimes you just don't know.
So on the average, do you have men who are kind of, you know, back up from things like that? But I know personally, I know a lot of men that will never walk into a salon, period, to get their feet done.
So with men, when it comes to men, I do have that come in, but most of the time with men, they either start going because their wives or significant other is a couple of things, or they end up having a problem, or the podiatrist sent them to. I also am the only salon between here and Miami, and I'm in Jacksonville, based out of Jacksonville, that service have a non-invasive ingrown treatment that I offer as well. So I do. A man was my first client for that, because when you in pain, you don't care, like you just want it to stop.
Yeah.
And a lot of people don't want to get surgery, because the truth of the matter is, when you get that surgery and if you allow them to where they put the acid and they basically try to stop the growth of the nail, that skin still grows and that skin is exposed, so it's going to get hard and it's still going to feel like something is in there. So offering the non-invasive treatment, even when I showed it to the podiatrist, they was like, oh wow, like, where's this from? Like, what did you learn this? So with men, a lot of them, they looking like, well, what is she doing? I don't see no water. I don't see I don't see nothing. But when they come, like, I have never had an issue with them. When I worked in Birmingham, Alabama, it was this guy. He was a couple of guys. It was like, D Hill, when's she coming back? I'm like, y'all gonna have to travel now. So most men, they're gonna have a problem first. They're coming like, can you save me now? Like, no, it's too late. You gotta do right.
Mm-hmm. Wow. What is something else that, because I've never seen most of the ones that I know that do nails and feet, like I said, it's not the service that you're talking about. Is, what's the latest fashion, things of that nature. So it's not about the health of the nail. So what are you looking for when you actually, I know you said in the consulting, but what are you actually looking or saying, deeming as a healthy nail, whether it's a toenail or a hand?
A healthy nail is not going to have not be as brittle. It's going to have some flexibility. There's not going to be any separation, meaning your actual nail plate from your nail bed. Sometimes it can look kind of hollow or yellowish when that is going on. That is how fungus starts. Bacteria gets in there. So none of that. And no dents or anything like that. Everything in contact, the skin around it, healthy and not inflamed as well, is what we consider in the nail industry a healthy nail. So something that's not bleeding, not red, not inflamed, not fungal, and intact. is basically when you're working under the scope of your nail license is what is going to be deemed a healthy nail or healthy skin.
Okay. What do you say to a person that has like cuticle issues? Like they're always tearing or the hangnail part.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
So for most people, their hands are dry or they're washing them, especially now. Their hands are dry. So I tell people if you don't have some sort of moisturizer you can put in your pocket, get you some chapstick. Or they sell those little cuticle roll-ons or something that you can keep on you at your desk and just kind of keep it moisturized. Also, when your eponychium cuticle, when the cuticle grows down on the nail, kids have the worst hands to me. Like little kids, like their skin is like in the middle of their nail plate. So for adults, what I tell them is every time you take a shower, every time you wash your hands, slightly push it back, because what happens is either you push it back or it peels back. So that's when your skin starts kind of like peeling. So it comes from dryness and that skin not being maintained. That because it's ultimately dead skin.
wow. Yes. So that would make sense also. So is there any like taboo to putting lotion or oil on your feet?
Um the only thing about it is sometimes depending on what it is. So if I have somebody, I had a podiatrist send someone to me and they had really, really dry skin, basically hyperkeratosis, very dry skin, and it splits on impact. So if you're gonna put the thing about the lotions and stuff like that, your skin is not absorbing it fully. That's where it comes in. Now, if you need something as to soften it as a softening agent, something that's just sitting on top, that may help a little bit. But the only thing I can say about oils and stuff like that is like if you're going to put it on, you probably want to put it on right after you kind of get out of the shower and the skin is kind of moistened and soft. So it allows the skin to absorb as much as it can. It's kind of like when you wash your face. Like, you know how they tell you to wash your face and put all your facial stuff on and you want to do it. It's like steaming, because of that steam and warmness, it allows the skin to absorb more. So I would say just be cautious of what you're putting on. Because sometimes people just putting it on and it's sitting on top of their skin and it's not doing anything. That's
right.
The only thing I kind of have for that.
Okay. What about I had so many questions. My father used to have really, really dry skin. We went through so many lotions trying to keep moisture, or I think it was, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying nothing was wrong with Jergens or any of those. I didn't say that. But it was very difficult trying to find a lotion for him with his feet, hands in general, just and then there's the his nails used to and I guess that was maybe because of the disease, his nails became brittle, like they were split. At one point he had very long healthy nails, and then they started changing colors and the nail itself would like break, like split in half or whatever you want to call it. And so a lot of the times like we said, lotion, we try to put a lotion and the oil together to try to get some type of moisture for him. um Dang, I'm gonna say one more time. I wish you was in Michigan. I need this service like yesterday.
Yeah, so what happens is a lot of people, I have people that come to me, clients that are diabetic, some worse than others, some, people are on diet, stuff like that. Medicine itself has all sorts of side effects. Being deficient And vitamins such as vitamin D will cause brittleness in your nails, cause your nails to break, and things like that. So I always tell people when I see a change, I immediately ask them, what did they change? Are you on medicine? And have you been to the doctor? Because a lot of them, I mean, I know they know anytime your chemical makeup change in your body, I don't care if you're wearing acrylic nails, gel polish nails, whatever it is, I teach people it's a chemical. Like, just because you've went ages and nothing has ever happened does not mean that tomorrow it won't lift and come off. Being pregnant, all of those things, when your body chemistry change, anything is liable to happen when it comes to dealing with products and chemicals. So that's what I tell people all the time. Hey, if you leave here and something goes wrong, call me. Like, don't just sit there and say, oh, she didn't know, or, call me, because I'm sure something somewhere has changed in your body. So, especially, because I deal with people who are diabetic and they take, different medicines and things like that. I let them know off rip, because you're on medicine, it may or may not work when it comes to dealing with their nails and putting certain things on. Sometimes it's not often that it happens. The most often that I've seen things react on nails is pregnant women, because of the hormones. Some people get oily and nothing will stay on their nails. I had a client that was diabetic, and when I first moved to Florida, because of the change in the humidity, we call them in the industry greenies. The normal average person call it a fungus, but it's a bacteria called Pseudomonas. And it's kind of when your nail lifts, when the product lifts, like when you hit your nail and it lifts and water gets trapped in there. And so it'll eventually turn green, and then it'll turn brown, and then it's probably downhill from there. But she had no cracks. There was no way for water to get in. And it happened rapidly. It happened, like, I'll say 72 hours, because I had just seen her. She had just got her nails done. And so when she came back, when I took it off, I had to take all her nails off. I was like, something not right. Something is wrong with your body. Something is going on, and you need to go to the doctor. So she went to the doctor. She went all the time, and her doctor, she would call at her doctor, and her doctor would be asking me questions. And she was like, no, she's really clean, blah, 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 blah. Long story short, they ended up testing her, and her doctor said that there was a bacteria in her body that was trying to come out, and it was showing up through her nails because her nails were covered.
Wow.
So anytime your body chemistry change, and no matter what you're putting in it, anything could happen with your nails and skin.
So I'm gonna ask this question, or the elephant in the room. So who does your nails and feet?
Me. Me. I have a couple of friends, a few friends. Like, if I'm in the city and I want a pedicure, my nails done, I'll go get it done. But usually I do my nails and my feet.
Okay. So on the can you tell the people, like, what is a healthy regimen for your nails and feet?
Starting with your feet, when you come home and take your socks and shoes off, you want to make sure you spray them with some sort of disinfectant. You can use Lysol if you want, or you can go to my website and purchase the shoe deodorant, and you are able to spray your shoes and your feet with that. You want to take that off, and when you shower, you want to wash your feet. Some people don't wash their feet. You want to wash your feet in its entirety in between your toes. When you get out of the shower, you want to dry in between your toes, and then you want to moisturize. Depending on what you're moisturizing with, you may not want to moisturize in between your toes, because it can get wet and just sit there, and it can just cause bacteria. That's the good thing about the foot foam. The foot foam, you can moisturize in between your toes, no problem, because it'll dissipate. And then you want to make sure that you are not leaving your feet wet in your socks and shoes, and wear good footwear. As far as your hands, getting your nails done, make sure that you are wearing, and if you wear enhancements, you are wearing enhancements that are healthy and that are conducive to your lifestyle. Because if they are not, you can cause trauma. And then sometimes it just never grows back correctly when it comes to enhancements. Keep your nails, at the least keep them manicured, and drink some water. Drink some water is basically, drink some water and stay moisturized, and you should be fine. Like, because I have people who do not wear enhancements and they just get gel polish manicures. Now, when it comes to enhancements on the feet, I don't recommend acrylic on toes when it comes to gel polish. Gel polish on feet, you must wear it at least 3 weeks in my salon. If you come to me and say, oh, I just want gel polish for 2 weeks, when you take that off, you're not getting more gel polish. You can get regular polish, but you're not getting gel polish again. So if you're going to wear gel polish on your feet and on your hands, it's not something that just should be taken off all the time. You know what I'm saying? Like, just wear it, especially on your feet, because your toenails does not grow as fast as your nails. If you don't have strong toenails and fingernails, you might want to, I don't want to say listen to your nail tech, because there's some nail techs that don't do right. Follow your first mind and just be aware of getting that type of thing on your feet. If you don't have a professional that you trust, I do consults. You can call me and consult with me if I have somebody in the city. I'll connect you with them, and you can look at their things and see if they fit you. And then outside of that, I can always let you know what you should and should not do from a professional standpoint. And yeah.
So how long, because I know we have kept our nails on so you can actually see half the so how long should you go with I guess we call it fill-ins?
So when it comes to having an acrylic or hard gel enhancement on your nails, everybody is different. I think most people can get away with 3 weeks. And I say that because it's dependent on how rapidly your nails grow. Some people, that's why I don't service anybody at 2 weeks, because their nails not growing that fast. So at about 3 weeks to even 4 weeks for some people, not a lot of people, that's okay. When it gets to the middle of your finger, what is happening, what you will end up doing is, because of the everyday wear and tear on the nails, you begin to apply that pressure in the middle of your nail. So that's sometimes that's where that dent comes from. That indention, that comes from being burned with your e-file, and also from you going so long without maintenance, and that pressure that is being applied there from every day and wear and tear your nails. Like if you ever got, go get a rebalance or fill-in, and the drill heats up on you, or it looks like red rings around there, that's improper e-filing use. And so it heats up and it causes damage. Now you have that damage on top of your damage because you want to wait 2 months to go get your nails done. And if that is what you're going to do, your nails should be very, very short. So you can allot that time for it to grow out. So at 4 weeks, if that's what you need to do, you're not that long. You're not overextending it and making it worse.
Okay. Which, most of us have been guilty of that, or the nail at the bottom is already coming up, and you like, I need to get this off, or you didn't hit it, and you're just like, you know what, I'm just gonna rip these off. Listen.
Right. Yep.
So, and I will say this again, because it is definitely a need. And for the simple fact that not just because you know what you're talking about, but because you are actually teaching us, as well as something that we love to do for, as you said, enhancements. It is actually teaching us now to actually listen, learn the lesson, and do better. Because at the end of the day, we do want healthy hands, we do want healthy feet. And I have been guilty of all of these things done not right, not right at all. So I will take in consideration these things that I'm learning tonight to better myself, better my health, and not just for the fashion and the looks. Um, I want you to tell the people how they can get in touch with you, how do they get your products. Because one thing about it, we are all connected, we all need one another. And I'll be in Florida actually. I won't be in Jacksonville, but I'll be in Florida in August.
Okay, let me know. You can reach me at oshisalon.com. That is oshisalon.com. And all social media is the same. Facebook and Instagram is Ashi Salon. There you are able to purchase. You can call and you can email as well.
Absolutely. I told you a whole hour go past so fast when you're having fun, especially when you're when you're educating and you're passionate about what you do. And I want the step further. I don't know if you actually plan to having a young entrepreneur, a young protege to get this wealth, because at the end of the day, we need this type of education to be passed on to the next generation. Again, I've never seen anyone like you. I've never even heard of anything services like you. So therefore, I believe the world needs to see this and to do better, because again, if we're not healthy, nobody else around us is going to be happy. And so we have to take care of ourselves, especially with our culture, because a lot of times we don't until it's too late. And so we can never say that we didn't hear this, because I have it on record. And so, is there anything else that you want to give tips or say to the people before we get off?
Yes. When you are looking for a salon, going to a salon, I know you may not be able to come to me, but just when going to a salon in general, you want to look at a couple of things. You want to make sure that the toe separators and the little disposable things, you want to make sure those things are new. I don't know if you remember when you used to go to the nail salon and you used to put those little flip-flop things in the little, put it in with your toe separators, where you were putting them in the bin because they were being washed in a mesh laundry bag. Those are disposable. Those are not to be washed. They can probably have fungus on them. So you want to make sure things that are disposable are being disposed of. That little purple pumice block filing, that should be new. There is other dead skin in there. You want to make sure that the pedicure chair is clean. The jets are clean, because the jets is what harbor the bacteria. They can spray the bowl, wipe the bowl down, but once you turn those jets on and those jets start pushing that water, that's a whole nother situation. Okay. So just kind of look around, and a lot of people, they see these things, but they don't ever think that it could be them until it's them and it's too late. So if you know that, this not right, you probably shouldn't be there, because it only takes one nick, one cut for things to get out of hand. And then most people don't even say that, hey, I didn't mean to. I'm sorry, I did nick you. I'm going to put some antiseptic on it. Just watch it. And if anything, gets out of hand, you go to the doctor and then you call me. That's usually not how that works, because accidents do happen. So if you don't feel like you should be there, don't go there. There is another place that's probably safer. If your skin on your feet is really, really dry and you've been putting Vaseline on it forever and it has never done anything for it, if it's flaky, it's itchy, and if it comes up kind of like the side of your feet, it's probably athlete's feet, which is fungal. It is not dry skin. So you need to get something for that. You can get something over the counter, but you have to be very, very consistent with it, because if not, it's going to always be there. Yeah, I think that's it. That's what most come to me and they have issues with, or they don't know that, most people go and they get services and then they be like, oh, my feet has been dry, and they've been dry ever since. Well, it's probably because it's the athlete's feet and you probably got it out of the tub that you went to the salon in.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Wow. So let me ask this question. Did you start doing this in your home first and then you went to the salon, or you came straight out at the salon?
No, I started in a salon. My senior year of high school, I started in salon. I'm from South Carolina. And so I started there. I started in salon that summer. I went to college at Jacksonville State University. I graduated with my bachelor's degree there. And I had a studio apartment. So I did nails. I did nails all throughout college. But I also worked in the salon called Fantastic Nails in Birmingham. And so I worked there for about 6 years. When I graduated, I moved. And when I moved to Florida, I worked in the salon, the suites, and then I think after being here about 2.5 years, I got my own storefront. So that's kind of how my at home was. It was more so in college.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So, yeah.
So how does it feel to be the only one in the distance that you were talking about earlier, and for podiatrists to actually give a recommendation and a referral to your services?
I think it's pretty dope. I can't downplay that. I think it's pretty dope, but in the same breath, I know that I've worked hard. I'm the person to be like, yeah, that's me. Like, I did that. I worked really, really hard to do that. So I think it's a dope experience to be able to say, hey, you can go to this nail salon, like, because you can get taken care of and you can feel beautiful, or you have that self-care that you need. I think it's a pretty, pretty dope opportunity. And sometimes I'm like, oh, I do this. Like, because the truth of the matter is I can really do it my eyes closed. And then so it takes for me to talk to somebody, or my friends tell me like I'm really delayed at sharing my accolades and being excited about stuff, because I'm like, well, what did you expect? I work hard for it. Like, it's gonna happen. So in that aspect, sometimes I can be delayed about my response on an achievement that I have done, but ultimately it's really, really dope.
I think it's dope. Again, if I could split you in half and have you here, I promise you I will be in your chair right now. Like, seriously. And I think this is a very good thing for beauty in general, that we have to get back to not just making dollars and making people look pretty, but the whole general sense that this is a part of you. This is part of you being and what healthy looks like on all levels. Whether I know usually when you go into the salon, you get the therapy, you get all of these things to get things out, the mental health part. And while I'm getting service, that I know that my nails are healthy, I'm healthy, and I'm continuing to strive to be healthy, because now I have accountability partner. She
Right.
don't know it, but I have accountability partner to make sure that if I start slacking off, look, your services gonna get cut off and you need to go to the doctor.
I will. I really will.
So that's good, because a lot of people don't care. It's give me that money. We'll talk about that later. But if you ain't here to live, to give it, what's the point?
Right. I tell them all the time, listen, now, I want you to be 60 and 70 and you be like, D, well, I got this callus. I don't want to hear it because I told you 15 years ago. Okay. So, but yeah, my clients are really fun, really understanding. Sometimes I tell them they trust me too much, because I have some that will go to the doctor and I'll be like, yeah, I don't think that's right. You should go to another doctor, or no, you shouldn't go there. You should probably go here. But I tell them, I make sure I'm very, very clear. Just because I'm knowledgeable, it does not make me a doctor. But I'm also not an idiot. So I tell them all the time, and they'll call me or they'll come back in. Well, D, you were right. They misdiagnosed me. I said, yeah, it wasn't working out. Like, so I'm glad for that trust that they trust me that much to believe me to go get a second look, to go get a second option. I have nail techs that inbox me all the time with the same thing. And I just, even with nail techs that are in the business, even if you don't want to be as advanced as I'm in the same niche, what I just ask for them to do is to educate themselves enough to be able to tell somebody, hey, this has been correct. This is there. It has progressed. It does not look right. You should go to the doctor. That's it. That's all I ask nail techs to do. I don't ask you. You may not want to do, your passion may be nail art and just doing regular pedicures. It may not be an advanced pedicure like me, but because we see people so much, I feel like we can save their life. So, yeah.
I think that is, as we always say, you know, the assignments that we get sometimes from God, sometimes we don't realize that the assignment until it shows up. So again, you're there for a reason. You're there, like you said, to save lives, make them a healthier them, and that's good. And because, like I said, a lot of this, we got to get back to caring for one another, and this is your way of servicing them to get back to actually caring. So I will say again, we are one person away, one advice away, one help away from where we need to be in our destiny. And I will say again for the last time tonight, I wish she was in Michigan, because I promise you I need her tonight. Not yesterday. Right now. I'm already sitting on the couch. So again, thank you for coming through. Thank you for this conversation. Thank you for the education. Because trust me, you helped somebody tonight. If you ain't help nobody else, but you sure helped me.
I appreciate you. Thank you for having me. It was such a great pleasure. If you ever need me and you here, call me.
I need you. Don't even worry about it. Don't even worry about it. I'm gonna have to look you up when I get there in Florida. Like, can you meet me before I get on this boat, please?
Yes, it was. Where are you going, Orlando or Miami?
I'm going to Miami in August. So going on a cruise.
Okay, got you. Yeah, so just let me know if you're ever here, or if I'm there. When I travel, I post. So, but yes.
Listen, I got your number. Trust me. It ain't gonna be no if. It's when it's gonna happen. Okay? I'm not playing. If I have to come a day before, I'll still support. Listen, I gotta get it together. However, thank you again. I'm so grateful for my big brother main event to tell me about you. And again, we will share this video. If you have not subscribed to the YouTube channel, please do so. It is the name of the show. Again, thank you so much. And I want you to enjoy the rest of your evening.
You do the same. Thank you.
You're welcome. See you later.